Hello, my name is MattiClaire Wheeler and I'm a senior here at Mayfield High School. I went to school here since I was a freshman. I was born in Paducah, Kentucky at Baptist Health on December 30th. However, I have lived in Mayfield my entire life. I have moved houses quite a few times, 6 to be precise, because my parents like to flip houses. This means they buy one and then they renovate it and we sell it and we move to another house. I live with my one brother, Reed, my mom, and my dad. We have 2 pets, Tucker, who's a golden doodle who's about 6 years old, and Lucy, who's a cat who just showed up at our house one day in 5th grade. She is healthy though. Over the summer, I attended the Governor's School for Entrepreneurs, which was such a blessing. I've played volleyball for 8 years. This includes school volleyball and travel volleyball. I've played every position, and now I play libero, which is ironic because I started as playing libero. Libero is the person in the back row who wears a different color jersey and stays in the back row the whole time to pass. This has taught me many lifelong skills, such as leadership and how to problem solve. I've been the captain of a few of my teams, and I have loved every moment of it. Some characteristics that I would like to think of myself are I'm very level-headed. However, while I was at GSC, I learned that sometimes this can come off as blunt. But this isn't always a bad thing because I can move forward easily and not focus on the negativity or past mistakes. I'm very future-driven, which has gotten me to where I am today, and always challenge myself to be the best version. I learned more about my leadership skills while I was playing volleyball and while I attended the Governor's School for Entrepreneurs. I really learned about the entrepreneurial mindset, which I'll talk about more in a moment. For my future plans are that I would like to go into nursing at Murray State University. Then, once I get my degree, I will either travel nurse, go into business administration in the healthcare, or go back to school to get my master's to be a nurse practitioner. I'm not completely sure, but all sound like great and fun ideas for me. I will use my GSE skills to run my own business as a long-term goal. Currently, I have my own photography business. This has taught me so much about being an entrepreneur and the entrepreneurial mindset. This includes leadership skills, problem solving, identifying customer segments. I do this on the weekend, and it has taught me so much about running my own business as it is. I like to do newborn shoots, which I've only done a couple shoots, which are always really enjoyable to me, senior photos, which everybody loves, and I like that I get to take photos of my peers and really personalize the photos for them, especially if I know them well. I like to take pictures for fun, which is really popular among our age group, as you might probably know. I also like to take headshots because this is fun because I get to help people enhance their professional careers. One time, when I was 12, my parents and I decided to go on a New York City trip. So my brother Reed, as I mentioned earlier, he was diagnosed with autism when he was 2. So he has always been one to run away and get lost, which is common among autistic kids. We were staying in Jersey City, which is across the Hudson River from New York City. So every day we had to take the Pathway train, which is a train that ran under the Hudson to go into the city. We did this at morning and at night to go home. So it was the last train of the last night because unlike some of the subway stations in New York City, this train stops at 11 p.m. So we got on the train in New York City to go back, or so I thought that we all did. However, it was just myself who got on the train. I got on the train and my family did not. I immediately panicked and went into a little bit of trauma, as one would whenever they're 12 and alone in a subway station in New York City that they're not familiar with. The train took off and I immediately fell and panicked. However, my aunt was beating on the door because she went with us too, trying to explain to me where to go, while my parents were just in shell shock about losing their daughter, although I had not completely been lost yet. My aunt was beating on the door and telling me where to go when someone pulled the alarm. They pulled the red little phone in the corner of the train and called the conductor. However, this is a massive deal in New York City because that means all the trains underground stop. That way there's not confusion about where everyone is, or they just call the conductor if the train has one to kind of communicate what the issue is going on. Whenever someone pulled the alarm, the doors opened and the conductor came and tried to talk to us and kind of tell us what was happening and why, and then my family got on the train and we were all reunited at once. This was such a memorable experience because we really got to see the heart of New York City. Whenever we got on the train, people gave us their seats, and we really just got to communicate with everybody around us. While New York City has kind of this connotation and idea of being this city that never sleeps and everybody's worried about themselves and their careers and only doesn't really care about other people, especially tourists. And so whenever we got on the train and really got to see the heart of New York City, it was such a memorable experience, and people can connect all over the world, even if they're not like, even if you're very different whenever something happens to somebody, and it was just really such a kind experience. All of my experiences have shaped who I am and the person that I am becoming. Everything from volleyball to being lost in New York City has shaped my life and how I see the world and my future goals. Thank you.